What's up, everybody? It's Mrdothemath here, and today we're going to be solving multi-step inequalities. It's a lot like solving linear inequalities, except we're dealing with the inequalities, like linear equations, I'm sorry. The difference is we're dealing with inequality signs, right? And so, and the main component is really remembering whenever you divide by a negative sign that the inequality sign changes directions. Let's look at that one first, all right? So here we go. We got y over -6 plus 7 is less than 9. Okay, so it's just like typical problems. The first thing you want to do is you want to get the variable alone. So got to do the inverse operation, right? So you got to subtract -7 on both sides, right? 7's cancel on the left side of the inequality, so you're going to have y over -6 is less than 2. Right? Then let's finish it off. So we're going to multiply both sides by by -6. So then y is going to be greater than, because dividing and multiplying by a negative, this changes direction. So it's going to be y is greater than -12. All right, greater than -12. To graph that, it'll be y here, starting at -12, greater than, so it's an open circle, and it's going to be everything to the right of the equal sign. Okay, let's look at another example here. I probably need a towel here because this new marker is just super fresh. Super fresh. What do we got this one? 2v minus 4 is greater than or equal to 8. All right. First thing again, isolate the variable. So we got to move this term over to this side. Because this is minus, the inverse operation is what we have to apply. Put out. Cancels. We get 2v is less than or equal to 8 plus 4, which is 12. Right? Then we have to solve. Then we can solve. So we're going to divide by a +2. So the sign stays as it is because we're dividing by positive. V is going to be greater than or equal to 6, right? Let's graph it. Make our circle. The equal to makes us shaded in. Greater than, right side. And this is 6. Okay? Cool. All right. Let's look at an equation with a variable on both sides of the equal sign. Okay? Equation with both sides, with the variable on both sides, like this one, we have 6x minus 5 is less than 2x plus 11, right? First thing you want to do is you want to put like terms together. So like terms together. All right, to put like terms together, we can move the whole numbers to the right side, the variables to the other side, and move the variables over here. Let's do the whole numbers first, the constants first. So we're gonna move this 5 over. So we're gonna add 5 to both sides, right? When I say both sides, I'm talking about this inequality sign, right? 5's cancel here, so you're gonna have 6x is less than 2x plus 11 plus 5 is 16, right? The next thing you want to do is you want to move the variable term together, right? So we're going to move this 2x over here. I'm moving that over to the left side because this variable term is by itself already, all right? So that's why they moved the 6 over. So I moved the 6 over, there's nothing over here, all right? So let's go. Because this is a +2, inverse requires to subtract 2, right? So we're subtracting 2x. So 6 minus 2 gives us 4x is less than 16. Now we're ready to divide. So you move the like terms together. So all of this was step 1. It could be step 1. You can do both of these at one time. The next step would be to multiply or divide numbers to both sides of the equal sign. In this case, we're dividing both sides by 4, right? And so then x, this becomes 1, and x is going to be less than 4. Sign doesn't change because we're not dividing by a -4. We're dividing by +4. So let's graph it. Open circle because there's no equal to, and to the left, right? 4. Okay, so again, when you have variables on both sides, you want to get the like terms together, right? And you can do that. I did it in 2 steps, right? Step 1 and then step 2, right? But you can do these all at one time, depending on how well you can see that component, okay? The last portion of this is we're going to solve variables with special solutions. We'll do variables with special solutions. So let's check it out. Special solutions. When it says special solutions, that's going to be one of the cases where you really have to like read the information and to see if the number sentence makes sense. All right, let's look at this example here. So it says 8b minus 3 is greater than 4 times the quantity of 2b plus 3. Right? The first thing you want to do here is let's get rid of these parentheses. So we need to distribute this 4 to everything in the parentheses, right? So let's rewrite it. 8b minus 3 is greater than 4 times 2, which is 8ab, and then 4 times 3, which is 12, right? Now from here, so step 1 was simplify. We'll simplify. That's what we did right here. Step 2, we put the like terms together, right? Then step 3, we're going to multiply or divide, right? Essentially solve for x, okay? So here we're at step 2, put the like terms together. So we're gonna put, we'll move the 8 over there first, right? So we'll subtract both sides by 8b. When we do that, we end up with the b terms canceling out. So now you're only left with numbers. So it'll be 3 is greater than 12. Let's look at this. There's no variable here. Is -3 greater than 12? So that's what I mean when like, so essentially you'll simplify, put the like terms together. And in this case, there is no solving part. So the next thing you want to do is see if it's true or false. -3 greater than 12? Pause and tell me. Absolutely not. So this is no solution. This is not true, right? Not true, okay? All right, let's look at another one. One more, similar to this, because I love the fact that we had to distribute, okay? So we'll keep these steps here. We'll follow these same steps, different set of numbers. Excuse the extra marker prints. One of my friends said that they hate it when their teacher left marker prints, but this marker is so rich. So rich, can't erase it. So here we go. 2 times the quantity, 5w minus 1 is less than or equal to 7 plus 10w. Okay? First things first, let's simplify. Simplify, distribute, bop. That's going to give me 10w minus 2 is less than or equal to 7 plus 10w, right? Honestly and truly, like you could look at this and see, like, look, these are both the same. These variable terms are both the same, which means that when I try to put them together, they're going to cancel out. This is what I mean. Say, for instance, we're going to move this 10 over here, right? We move this 10w over. That means we got to subtract 10w to both sides. These are both going to cancel out because they equal 0. So you're left with 2 is greater than or equal to 7, right? No, -2 is less than or equal to 7. All right. So again, the question is that true? All right. Some of it is, right? -2 is definitely less than. It's not 7, but it's less than 7. Okay. So again, what we did was we simplified, we put the like terms together, and then we said if it's true or false. This one is true. Okay. Now, you're going to look at more examples like this in your work, in your homework today. This is for my students. But if you want to, like, you just rewatch this video, but notice how we've applied all of the skills from solving linear equations to the skills we learned with like solving one-step inequalities, right? There was a case where we had to change the direction of the inequality. When do we have to do that? Exactly, we have to change the direction of the inequality sign when we divide or multiply by a negative sign, right? Other than that, we're applying the same skills that we've been doing: distributive property, adding or subtracting numbers to both sides of the equal or inequality sign, and then solving for x. There is no x in this term. There's no variable in this term. We just have to see if it's true or false, right? Notice how, like, in algebra, everything just repeats itself. We just start stacking things on top of each other, right? So I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. And if you have any questions, comment below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. Mrdothemath out.